I don't see that she's on, so I'll go ahead and read that.
Thank you.
Ordinance B 2021-15, conditional use permits. An ordinance imposing a temporary moratorium on conditional use permits for short-term rentals and bed and breakfasts in residential zoning districts pending the adoption of, hold on just a second here, revised regulations. Whereas the City Council has instructed the Joint City-County Planning Commission of Nelson County to undertake a review of the short-term rental and bed and breakfast regulations in Article 3 and Section 6.1 through 6.9 of the zoning regulations. And whereas the City Council has concerns that an increase in short-term rentals and bed and breakfast has detrimental effects on the residential character of neighborhoods and the community's housing stock and provides unique challenges to the permanent residents of those neighborhoods. And whereas the City Council would like to create a period wherein no new conditional use permit applications for short-term rentals and bed and breakfast in residential zones will be accepted or processed during the pendency of the review and adoption of revised short-term rental and bed and breakfast regulations. And whereas during the pendency of such review and adoption of revised short-term rental regulations, the City Council desires to preserve the status quo by preventing changes to the existing land uses. And whereas it is anticipated that the review and adoption of revised short-term rental regulations and bed and breakfast will take no more than 3 months. Now, therefore, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Bardstown as follows. Section 1, there is hereby imposed a temporary moratorium on the acceptance and processing by the Joint City-County Planning Commission of Nelson County and the Bardstown Board of Adjustment of any conditional use permit applications for short-term rentals in residential zoning districts within the city limits of the City of Bardstown. Section 2, this moratorium shall be effective until it expires on the earlier of 3 months from the effective date of this ordinance or the effective date of the revised short-term rental and bed and breakfast regulations. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect upon its passage, approval, and publication as required by law.
Okay, thank you, Gary. This is a second reading, but we need a motion for approval. Ordinance B 2021-15.
So moved, Mayor.
Motion by Councilman Williams. Is there a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Second by Councilman Hibbs. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, then I'll ask for the vote. There'll be individual votes. All in favor signify by saying aye, starting with Councilman Hibbs.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hart.
Aye.
Councilman Williams.
Aye.
Councilman Shekels.
Aye.
And I think that's all we have on the call. And we don't have any opposed. Since Bill and Joe are not on the call, or excuse me, David and Joe are not on the call. Motion is passed. So, okay, that's all we have on it. Since it's a special meeting, that's the only agenda item we have. So I'll ask for adjournment. I need a motion.
So moved, Mayor.
Motion by Councilwoman Hart. Is there a second?
I'll second,
second.
Mayor.
All right, second by Councilman Shekels. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?